Greenscreens. I made that video 4 years ago, but now it's more relevant than ever. Nico from Corridor Digital just ushered in a green screen revolution. In this video, I'm going to test 3 impossible green screen shots to see if it lives up to the hype. Now, I have this old green screen. It's bashed, has been folded up for ages, and definitely isn't useful by any standard. If you're a movie maker or VFX artist, you definitely know Corridor Digital. I remember watching them as a child, together with Freddie Wong and their shooting movies. I absolutely love their videos, and it's partly the reason why I started getting interested in VFX in the first place. Inspired, I started making movies with my friends in the backyard, and I even got the entire class rounded up once to make a round shooting movie. Those were awesome times. Actually, I think Corridor might be the channel that I've watched for the longest and have seen the most videos from in my entire life. And that's why I had to make a video about their newest invention, AI green screen removal. If you're a VFX artist, you know the pain of this heinous cloth. Actually, I once made an entire green screen movie in the beginning of my VFX journey. It's terribly cringy, but that also makes it kind of funny. It was an overly ambitious project, a full green screen movie. Now, obviously, that's not the only time I struggled with green screen. Nobody in my crew at that time knew anything about Blender or After Effects, so guess who had to do all the work? Yep. It's this fellow. I had to grind endlessly to create this movie, and I think it cost around 300 hours for 5 minutes of footage. However, all of that has changed. Let me explain. You see, to remove a green screen in DaVinci Resolve, all you would have to do is denoise the footage, make a clean plate, do 2 separate passes for the green screen, 1 hard matte and 1 for the softer areas. Then you mask out the final problems, which are always there, you add your despill, and then finally you have a keyed green screen. Easy, right? However, Nico from Corridor Digital took it upon himself to train a new AI model. And what does this AI model do? Well, usually people show the most perfect green screen and they test it on that type of footage. And I think that's a little bit unfair, because most of us don't have the space or the lighting or the best green screen ever. So I want this to be a fair comparison in the sense that it's going to be extra hard for CorridorKey to do this. I've got my green screen set up, and now let's see what CorridorKey can do with a very normal shot. Look, it's 2 cats on a laptop. Now, let's do the hair blowing in the wind. As you can see, the blow dryer is working. I have pretty stiff hair, but still it's going to be quite hard for the green screen to remove. It actually worked, and I even got the hairs strand by strand. Honestly, this is amazing, and it got me quite hyped up. Now, I really want to try the motion blur and transparency. But first, let me explain how you can use this too. If you go to this GitHub, there are 2 options. You can either go to code and click on download zip, or you can scroll down and you can go click on installation. Right here, if you now click on download, you will be sent to a Gumroad page, which is completely free, by the way. You can go over here and click for the Windows or Mac version, depending on what system you have. You can determine your price here, which can be 0 or above. You can click add to cart, and then it will be sent to your email. Simply click on it and walk through the instructions. And what I did, however, is go over here to code, then click on the download zip. You will get a zip file that looks like this, and you simply extract it. Right mouse click, extract all. Then you will get this folder, and right in here, if you search for to start.bat, then you will be able to start the program. It looks like this. Now, what you can do is drop in your video with the green screen. If you place this in here, it will automatically extract the frames. Personally, I just click on GVM Auto, and this will take some time. This will generate an alpha hint, which is like a pre-made alpha of this, so it knows what the foreground and background is. You can also import your own alpha, or if you did the full installation for things like this, such as Video Mama or Matanyone too, then you can also do that. However, I find that this one works pretty good. I've also seen people use ByRevNet with success, so you can also do that. I think it's a little bit quicker. If you click on this, it will start loading. So right now it is done, and we are ready to run the inference. And that's what we're going to click right now. Do keep in mind that you might need a pretty decent machine in order to run this. Alright, so the inference is completed. If you want to see what it looks like, you can click right here on the alpha, FG, MAD, comp, or things like that. For me, I'm just simply going to File, Export all videos. I'm just going to click on OK for now. Now, if I go back to my folder right here, Easy Corridor Main, go to Projects, then go to the newest project, and then under Clips, Shot 1 the introduction, exports, there you will find all of these. So let's bring it into DaVinci Resolve real quickly. So now I will bring in my original clip, which is right here, the shot 1 introduction. I'll bring it right there. And then I will take the matte, or actually, let me just place everything right in here. Here we have the comp version, which has this checker pattern on the background. Don't really need it. So this one is the one that I'm interested in, which is the matte. Place it on top, turn this into a Fusion clip, then go back into Fusion. Then you will see all of this. I'm just going to delete it. Click on one so we can see which one is the right clip. I'm going to place this to the right, plug it into the media out, take the media 2, place it into the blue slot of media 1, and that should remove the green screen. Now obviously we have some green spill. What I like to do is go over here, Shift A, find despill, and just simply add it right over there. If I now click on 1, you can see the difference. The green has been removed. And as you know what good practice is in green screen, we always add a background right here because you might miss some details. I will plug this on top of the background, plug that in, go to the background and change it to purple. Now, of course, I wasn't completely in focus because I filmed by myself and yeah, just a small mistake there. So this might have influenced the result here. However, I do like to look at these black edges, and these seem as if they are a problem. So what I like to do is go to Media 2, Shift A, add a matte, and then add a matte control. This one. You can now play around with the threshold, the contract, expand, stuff like that. Do keep in mind that this might remove some of the hair details. So if I turn this off, you can see that it's also removing some of the hair detail right there. So make sure not to overdo it. If you want to know what the matte looks like, click on this icon right here, and then you can see the actual matting going on. I'm not a great green screen compositor, by the way, but this is just the method that I'm using. If you have any suggestions on how to improve this, let me know. That's why I had to make a video about their newest invention, AI green screen removal. I think that's pretty good, especially considering how bad the original green screen looks with all the creases and the shadows and the lighting differences. I think it did a wonderful job and I didn't have to do anything for it. So yeah, that's how you use Easy CorridorKey. I've placed a link in the description. Now let's try the motion blur. Usually in a normal keying process, it looks like this. But in CorridorKey, it came out like this. Alright, so now let's try the motion blur. Why does this matter? Well, if you want to shoot without motion blur, you would have to set your camera to a very high shutter speed. This also means that your footage gets darker, which you have to compensate for with extra lighting. There are a bunch of annoying trade-offs, and I don't think that CorridorKey actually solved this problem yet, but it is getting closer. Now for the final test, the transparency. But before we do that, I'm rapidly going to show you some impossible products to place in front of the green screen while I'll tell you all about the sponsor, me. So right now we have a brand new course. It has recently launched on Udemy and it is very affordable. You can learn Blender from scratch. It is a very big course with 4 complete product animations. Can you see all of these light reflections, by the way? It will make you a multi-skilled creator because it teaches you AI and video editing as well. But most importantly, it will teach you how to get your first paying customer. Now we've got a tricky one because this is green on green here. But if you're interested in learning Blender in the fastest and best way possible, then I highly recommend clicking the link in the description. And now for the final test, transparency. Let's see if CorridorKey can remove the green screen behind this water. Okay. See if we can get proper refraction. All right. That ought to do it. I have to say, this is really cool. Obviously, it is not perfect yet. I noticed especially when your object has reflections, such as in the glass or on the plastic material I showed, that it is struggling to get it right. But all in all, I kind of think it lives up to the hype. And therefore, I want to thank Nico, not simply for creating an amazing tool and making it open source and free even, but for showing that a dedicated person with a lot of drive can make the impossible possible. I'm excited to see what heights this new software can reach. And maybe in the future, green screen will become fun again. Now, if you want to know about other tools or ways to make money with Blender, I highly recommend watching these videos next.